What is going on, you guys? My name is SlyMcfly, and welcome back to some more gaming news for your faces. And welcome back to a series that had kind of disappeared on the channel, but I wanted to bring it back because it's, I think, a pretty awesome series. And this is Game Chat with me, SlyMcfly. And of course, I have my best friend here with me. You guys know him as the Megaton. You want to say hi?
Oh, hi.
Hi, there you go.
Okay.
Alright, awesome. And yeah, you guys, welcome back to another episode. This is, I think, number 3. I'm not sure how many.
Is it a minicast or a gamecast?
It's a minicast. It's a minicast. Yeah.
Minicast.
Yeah. And so yeah, you guys, let's jump right into it. So in case you guys don't know, Halo 5, it has kind of been on the news everywhere. And in case you don't know, you should just probably open up Twitter because it's booming all over the place. It's trending like crazy. And the reason it is, you guys, is because they have. I think they've released 2 trailers already, and they're kind of like counter. How can you say it, Megaton? Like counter trailers, I guess. Like where one, in case you haven't seen them, it's kind of like a spoiler, but Master Chief is kind of like monologuing over. There's a guy named Locke, and I guess he's like a new Spartan, like a new generation Spartan, and the guy is down on the floor and he's injured or whatever. And then there's a counter for that one, and it's Locke holding a gun on Master Chief, and he's on his position, like. It's just weird, and I kind of wanted to talk about that with me and Megaton, because the way I see this is that they want to start making Halo into a different kind of game now. They're trying to transition it by, you know, this is all speculation, by the way.
The thing is too, they're making it more seem, as a more like a Mass Effect 3 sort of gameplay style, like exactly. Where you get to choose Shepard's actions and stuff. I kind of feel like they're taking that approach. With it doesn't sit well with me, because ever since I've been playing the Halo franchise games for a while now, it's I want to be able to follow the story. I want to be able to follow the world through Master Chief's eyes. You know, I want to be able to see, not through some guy named
like, you know, I get it too. You know, like they're trying to bring in this new character and kind of show him off as like an anti-hero or whatever. But I really personally would like to see how Master Chief's story continues, because we followed him since Halo 1, you know, Halo 2, Halo 3, there was Halo 3 ODST, there was Halo Wars, there was Halo Reach, now Halo 4, and now Halo 5 decides to just trip it over, you know. I don't know, maybe it's just 343 is trying to change it up, you know, trying to make the game their own.
The only thing is, though, it's very, how can I put this? It's very, I question it because I've been playing those other games for a while now, and for me, one of the main interests for me is, I know a lot of people enjoy the multiplayer online, but the thing is, though, for me, it's more with the story. It's more with the it's more with the campaign mission itself, and where is it gonna? It basically leaves you with questions for the next following game, and that's what I want out of a game that I love to play. So I don't know how else to put it, but I mean, for me, it's kind of like a big red flag.
That kind of brings back to, you know, like to how the fans will react to this, you know, because it's pretty interesting, you know, like the fans that are on the game are, you know, used to a certain kind of game, and so yeah. And speaking about the fans, like, this kind of brings me to the next topic, and it's involving the Xbox One. So as far as I know, you guys, I've heard a lot of complaints about the Xbox One, you know, how it's tough to connect to certain games, and especially on Advanced Warfare, because it's really the biggest game probably on the Xbox One, I would say. It's got a huge community, and the thing that's been lacking the most, I think, is that people are having problems with the system, you know, as far as connectivity goes. Like, people can't connect, it seems. They're having a hard time. Even in games like Halo 4 and the Master Chief Collection, they have a really tough time connecting to each other. You know, people as far as friends go and stuff. And I just kind of wanted to get your opinion about it too, Megaton. Like, what do you think? Well,
honestly, they can have a huge fallback if they can't deliver the Halo 5. If they can't deliver it with great online experience, it's gonna push back a lot of people, and probably might be even the end of Microsoft itself. And where do they fit in the console war now? Ever since they had that problem with their consoles, because even their biggest game, which was a Halo anniversary,
the Master Chief
Collection, it was a big slap to, I guess, the developers' faces, because they couldn't deliver the online experience for a lot of the gamers.
And maybe it could be because they're working off a new engine or something, and maybe there was like a bug in their their coding or whatever, because a lot of the time this stuff is tough to do. It really isn't that easy. I know because I've worked with some of that stuff. It's kind of tough, but I don't know. I just think it's it ruined it for a lot of people, I guess. And yeah. So you want to add anything else to this?
Well, if it's anything, I think if Microsoft, if this is the end of Microsoft's, I guess, regime as being one of the number 2 competitors, if you will, of the console war. I mean, if it's anything, where do they fit in with all of this now? Like, it leaves a lot of questions for a lot of even other companies that want to decide to jump into the console gaming war. And I don't know how this will play out for any future Microsoft consoles, if you will, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys. So if you have anything else to add to this, to the Halo 5 thing, or even Microsoft, you have your own opinion about it, or you think differently, let us know in the comment section below, of course. Now that that's out of the way, I want to move on to the next thing. So possibly earlier this week, I'm not sure when I'm uploading or whatever, but Zelda for the Wii U got kind of like delayed. In case you guys don't know, it got delayed from being this year in 2015, like late 2015, to being delayed to 2016. And a lot of people just had like a big, I guess, fit. Like, they just got pissed. People were angry. They were like, oh no, this is the end of Nintendo and blah blah blah. Same thing as always. But it kind of begged at the question, and Megaton actually is the one that brought this up for me. He actually told me, like, what are the possibilities of the game coming out not even for the Wii U at all? Like, what if it's just going directly to the new console, like to the new system? What's the possibility? And I kind of agree with them too, because they already announced that their new system is, it's under development or whatever, and they're working on it. And with the Zelda title that they're working on is being delayed, Sakurai, I think himself said, or I'm not sure if it's Sakurai who works on it, but the developer behind the Zelda games said himself that they had found some new, I guess, information out about the game, and they wanted to implement it into it, and they weren't going to release a title because of that. They wanted to hold back the game and release it when it was perfected. They didn't want to release a title that wasn't ready, and I think it's interesting.
And also for that, it's like, imagine having to go to the store and buy, just to go see the new console, Nintendo's console out, and one of the gaming titles that you get to buy on release date, The Legend of Zelda. Imagine that. Just imagine itself just going to Walmart, Best Buy, wherever you buy your technology from. You go to that place and you wait. You go and you ask the workers or whoever to get you the console, and then they ask you which game would you want with your game.
Again, that's
with your console.
That's one thing that I've I was talking about.
Very good marketing strategy.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like I was talking about, I had done an active gamer poll recently, and in case you guys don't know, I'll see if I can link it to the video or whatever. But I was talking about how would you promote it, and some of the comments in the poll that I had made were promote the system with games that you would they have done countless times before with like Metroid and Zelda and Mario and stuff like that. They should do the exact same thing with their new console, which is a thing that they missed a lot on the Wii U. Like, they missed a lot of big opportunities and stuff. And that kind of brings to, I guess, the new question, you guys, is what was the Wii U really for Nintendo? As far as I know, the Wii U has been a great title, right? It's been a great console. I mean, it's brought a lot of really kick-ass games. But Megaton asked me earlier, what if the Wii U was like an experiment? And I don't know if you want to kick it off from there, because you kind of know a little bit more.
I mean, if it's anything, I mean, they've delivered. I mean, for in Nintendo's eyes, they know a Mario game will sell. I mean, I'm willing to even buy it if they've even released anything about a new Mario game or a new Star Fox game. I don't know, Metroid Prime, Metroid. For me, in a way, it's a win-win for Nintendo, because they can dish out just any console and it will sell amongst the public because of the games that it has, and the friend and not only that, but the characters. the characters in each gaming franchise that they have, they will actually make very good sense to actually put out a game where people themselves, I guess in a way, kind of grow attached to some of them. Like one of my first games to play was the first Mario games. One of the first Mario games to come out for the NES. It's not even for the Super Nintendo, just the regular Nintendo console. And for me, people get attached to that. But for me, the way I see it is, they could have sent this out to the public as a experimental console, just to only see how much, basically just to test out the games if they can actually run at 1080p 60 frames per second. Because if it's anything, a lot of the other companies, Microsoft and Sony haven't themselves actually delivered with any of their games.
Like, and I also heard that there was I'm not sure what the game is. I think it's The Witcher 3 that's coming out for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And the thing is that this game is running on DirectX 12, I think it is. And Microsoft came out, I guess, and they said that they will be able to run DirectX 12 on the Xbox One, but there's a slight chance that it won't be able to run at 1080p, and I think that's just, it's ridiculous. Like,
and this is what gets me upset too, because they say it's next gen graphics, next gen gameplay, and they can't even deliver just the small little basics of that. That's why I kind of lean more towards Nintendo side. Sorry if I sound like I'm picking sides here with whichever console, but as far as for me, it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's more of a you lied to me more or less.
Yeah, it's like
false advertisement, I guess.
Like I guess you can say it's like a loyalty thing, because I feel the same way as far as the Wii U goes. Like, I've seen, like, when I got the Wii U, I kind of waited on it just to see what they would deliver, and when I started seeing that they were delivering pretty cool games, I got it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to even PlayStation 4, because they're not far behind on this. It's the same thing. They've been offering a lot of things like 1080p, 60 frames per second, and those are things that they really got trending. That's the next gen greatness and all that crap. They were talking about
greatness awaits.
Greatness awaits, they said, and I'm still waiting. Like, basically, like, every time I'm gonna start buying, I think about buying a console or whatever, like the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. I quickly step back because certain game or blah 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 gets delayed or whatever, and it's kind of disappointing.
I mean, if it was a experimental console, they what if they're they set themselves up just to basically, I guess, like, they treat it as a guinea pig, as a lab rat, just to kind of see how it runs.
Work. Yeah.
And
That's
then,
what I was thinking.
I guess they're expensive. See, this is the thing that I've always loved about Nintendo. They're always innovators in anything that they want to do.
Yep.
They always want to deliver the best quality. They want to deliver the best quality that they can, but give you that gameplay experience where graphics doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah. And so, speaking of delays, Sony, in case you guys don't know, recently came forward and was talking about one of their more popular games, and it's Uncharted. I think it's Uncharted 4, right?
Uncharted 4, I think.
Yeah. And well, anyways, this game, it was, it's a big hit because they showed it at E3, and everybody was saying, oh, well, this game is a great game, but there was no possible way that Sony could deliver even a trailer for it. Well, Sony delivered a trailer for it in this last E3. I think it was last year's E3. And they were talking about how it would be out in 2015. Well, the game recently just got delayed to late 2016. So that kind of just, begs the question that we were just talking about is, like, this backlash, like, well, if this game fails, like
The Order.
Like The Order, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Like, if it becomes a failure, like, what will a lot of fans think about the console and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of. I mean, you have The Order as an example. That's the thing that brings me to the point too. It's like, okay, Microsoft and Sony have the same. They have the same exclusives for their consoles. Well, not exclusive. They have the same third-party games.
Yeah, same third-party.
And the thing is, though, their biggest heavy hitters that are their own exclusives don't deliver. The Order was more there. It was mostly cinematics.
Yeah, it was the cinematic.
Less gameplay, more cinematics, and even Greg from IGN.
Yeah, he kind
big time Sony fanboy.
Yeah, like he was literally like, as far as I knew, as far as I seen him, he was like a just diehard Sony fan. You know, he was a huge fan. And when they were kind of like, the developers had brought him the game to IGN or whatever, he kind of got pissed because the game never started, and he basically told him, so when does the game start, you know? And
he wanted to play the game.
Yeah, he wanted to play.
You wait more than you actually play, so it's,
you know, it's you know, maybe.
And that's back to that comes to another question too. You know, now that Uncharted got delayed till 2016, what would happen if it has a bad effect to it, and actually the game turns out to be like The Order?
Yeah.
Is this really the end of Sony as far as in the gaming industry? Because their heavy hitters, you know, amongst a lot of Sony fanboys, have not hit very well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure as far as the number is concerned, but from what I've heard from friends and people that I know who are diehard Sony fanboys, they've told me that they're not really happy with the way Sony's dishing out their content, their games, the way they're doing things. I kind of want to see what I'm just waiting to see what Sony will do, because basically they've met their standards. They've outsold their console by a huge margin, whatever you want to put it. But sooner or later, if Sony can't deliver those franchise hits, then that might be the end of Sony, in my opinion.
Yeah, like,
and I think, you know, maybe that'll even put a foot into someone else who wants to join the console war. I mean, you might even have Philips, Samsung, you know, other companies just coming in, dishing out money,
like, and we've talked
and work
about
with the Ouya or something. I don't even know.
We've talked about that before, me and Megaton. I think we've said it in a video too.
Yeah.
Like where Panasonic, I think no, who was it? Philips, and Samsung have both tried to get into the gaming industry as of lately, and you know, in the past they've tried, and you know, maybe one of the big hitters going down might be, you know,
who knows? I mean, if it's anything, they're treating more of the consoles that we buy. They're treating it as they're treating this as basically as a homing computer. When if they can't deliver, then what does that leave even PC gamers nowadays? You know, is that really gonna bring more of a how can I put this? Are they gonna bring better games for consoles, or is this end of the homing console in general?
Yeah, like
because I mean, a lot of people nowadays even play, they even play Call of Duty on a PC just because of that reason, that they just want to continue playing the game, and they don't want to worry about if their computer can't handle it,
or whatever.
Exactly,
like having
replacing it every 2 years, 3 years, whatever the hell the console's over with. But yeah.
And yeah, you guys, you know, and that's pretty true, because you know, both Microsoft and Sony both make their own laptops and their own PCs. You know, what is the chance of them going into just making PCs that are dedicated toward gaming? You know, that's basically what the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are. They're just basically computers that run games, basically. You know, I don't know how else to put it, but that's what they are.
I mean, Nintendo needs, you know,
and you know, the Wii U in reality really isn't dedicated personal all-in-one thing like the Xbox and the PlayStation 4. It's a gaming console, you know, that's what it is. And I think it's one of the more simpler ones, I guess you could say. It doesn't have like all these complicated apps and stuff, and for me that's just fine, because that's what I use it for, you know. If I want to play, like, let's say Minecraft, then I have my PC. I don't need the Wii U to play Minecraft or whatever, because I already have it there, you know. And anyways, you guys, that was a lot of stuff we just went through, you know.
And you know, basically Nintendo needs Animal Crossing. They just leave it at that.
Yeah,
they need Animal Crossing.
I've been saying that for a long time, but anyways,
yeah, they don't listen to me because I have nice hair. But go ahead.
That's just fine. He actually has no hair. He's actually bald from the top of his head.
I have like an arrow on my head, like Aang from like.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. You can believe that, I guess.
The last Airbender.
But anyways, you guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for checking it out. I know this is a pretty long video, and if you stayed all the way through, I congratulate you on listening to us. And yay! Thanks for watching, you guys. If you want to add anything to anything that we've talked about, go ahead and do it in the comment section below. Don't forget, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and to like our videos, you guys. And if you can, help us spread the channel, because this is a really unique channel as far as I know. Like, we're trying to make this into a general gaming channel, and I really want to push for it because I like doing this. I like sharing my thoughts with you.
Let me just say this out there, just for you guys, if you guys are listening. I'm about to say something, but just don't get offended, okay? We're not homosexuals.
Okay.
Hold on, Sly. Let me talk. Okay?
I'm listening. No,
okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. We're not homosexuals. We're just very close friends and stuff. And if you guys are, I support you in everything you want to do. Okay. Just don't touch me.
Well, anyways, yeah. Don't listen to this last part of this video, please. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. I'm SlyMcfly.
And I'm Megaton.
We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie Bear.